In the heat of March Madness, De'Aaron Fox takes a shot at college basketball. So in one of his interviews, he was asked the question, does he watch March Madness, in which he had this to say.
Watch March Madness at all?
I kind of flip through college games. I can't watch a full college game.
Really?
Nah, I can't.
Is it that bad?
It's hard. It's
Okay.
hard. Just the shot making is not at obviously the pro level. The refs are bad. A lot of coaching is really bad. I can't stand it.
And yeah, that's what De'Aaron Fox said about March Madness. So De'Aaron Fox is not wrong here. The coaching is bad sometimes in college basketball. They'll just have their teams just sit in zones and get absolutely killed from three and make no adjustments. The reffing is kind of bad sometimes. And yeah, the shot making is the same because they're not NBA players. So you're not going to see some of the amazing, ridiculous shots you see in the NBA. So this kind of brings up the whole comparison thing on the NBA basketball versus college basketball. And for me, I'm going to be honest here. This is the most college basketball I think I've ever watched this year. While for a period from about December to about All-Star break, because I said I was going to watch more NBA basketball this year. So from December to All-Star break, I actually found myself really bored with the NBA. And I really tried to watch games and I just couldn't. All right, so here's the thing. While all De'Aaron Fox criticisms of college basketball are true, I actually kind of found myself really enjoying college basketball this year because I agree with some people who say it's a more pure form of the game. And because there are less games, they actually try a lot more and they play defense. And for me, probably the biggest thing and why I'm really liking college basketball is the one and done. I just think people love the unpredictability of one game. Either you win or you lose. You get one shot at it and you're out. It just leads to more upsets. So when you don't know what's going to happen, it's just more interesting. Look how why the NFL playoffs are so popular. And look at why March Madness is so popular. It's because, and even to the casual fan, like, obviously, to more like pure basketball fans, they're probably gonna be more NBA fans. But March Madness does a good job of bringing in the casual fan. I think that just speaks to the one game, and then obviously you have the whole bracket thing as well. It's just a lot more interesting than watching an 82 game season where they may or may not try that night. And even in the playoffs, you look at the playoffs, and it's still a 7 game series. So ultimately, the better team is probably gonna win most, like 80-90% of the time. The better team is gonna win. And that's really, even though I still love the NBA, it's still kind of boring compared to March Madness. So I don't know, maybe I'm slowly converting over to college basketball. While I do see De'Aaron Fox, I see all of his points, and I don't disagree with any of his points. I don't know. I'm finding myself enjoying college basketball a lot more, even though I'm starting to enjoy NBA basketball again after the All-Star break. I feel like now they're starting to pick up the pace and try a little bit. So in 2022, because their NBA final stats are declining, and we're seeing a decline it's starting to come back up after COVID, but COVID really led to a drop in ratings. So in 2022, about 12.4 million people, that was the average of people who watched the NBA Finals games. And you look at March Madness, 10.7 million viewers watched. It was average of 10.7 million viewers watched the tournament in 2022. So the ratings are the NBA still has a little more, but the ratings are starting to the gap is starting to close in between the NBA and college basketball. So yeah, what do you guys think of De'Aaron Fox's criticisms of college basketball? Do you think it's fair or do you think it's not fair?